Devon Hodges, that was called Stitchy.
Whether it was 1, 18, or 24, this man always left his mark, and this is his story. Devon Hodges was born on the 26th of July, 1984. The St. Ann native started playing football while attending Brownstown Primary School. During his sojourn there, he honed his skills in the parish under-12 leagues. After primary school, Hodges moved on to Brownstown High and played 4 seasons in the Da Costa Cup. The team failed to reach the playoffs to participate in the interzone rounds, and Hodges hung up his boots for a while. In fifth form, he resumed his game and joined Louis Strikers in Division 1. He stayed with the team for 3 seasons, going with them up to the Super League finals, but unfortunately, they did not make it to the National League. However, he would finally get his chance at the top flight football when he joined St. James-based club Wadada at 19 years old. Hodges only lasted 1 season on the West Coast after teammate Dwight Heron convinced him to make the switch with him from Montego Bay to Spanish Town and join Rivoli United. Here, the young man from St. Ann would go on to become an household name as well as a Spanish Town football legend. It didn't take long for him to write his name in Rivoli's history books, as he went on to break a record in only his first season with the club. During the 2004 to 2005 season, Hodges scored a mind-blowing 10 goals in a single match in Rivoli's 15-0 demolition of Trinidad-based club Invaders. His club scoring exploits could not prevent Rivoli from being relegated in 2006, but he remained with the Spanish Town club despite their now playing in the South Central Confederation Super League. Rivoli were grateful he did stay, as his 8 goals in 6 promotion playoff matches the following season, including 4 against his former club Wadada in an 11-0 routing, saw Hodges guide the club back to the big time. And what a return it turned out to be, as Hodges would go on to score a staggering 24 goals that season. It proved it was no fluke, as the following 2009-2010 season, he again won the Golden Boot, scoring an impressive 18 goals. However, his 18 goals could not prevent Rivoli from falling short of survival, and the club was once again relegated from the Premier League. Hodges' 24 goals in the 2008-2009 season was so impressive, it was a no-brainer by the then national team coach John Barnes to call him up for national duty. He made his international debut in May 2009 against El Salvador, but he only had to wait till his second international match to score his first goal for his country against Panama at the National Stadium. He would only score one more time for his country against St. Kitts before slowly being phased out of the national team program. In the end, Hodges managed 10 caps in total for the Reggae Boys. Hodges was faced with making the difficult decision to leave Rivoli, a club that was close to his heart, on loan to top flight Tivoli Gardens. 7 goals and 6 months later, an even greater opportunity will present itself to the lethal striker. In January 2011, Hodges would leave Tivoli with another loan move, this time leaving the country altogether, going to the V-League in Vietnam after joining SLNAN. He would go on to score 9 goals for the Vietnamese champions before heading out on another loan to fellow V-League team Duong Thap FC. He would remain in Vietnam for some time, but in August 2012, it was finally time to return home. When Hodges decided to return to the Jamaican Premier League, there was only one club on his mind, and of course, that was his beloved Rivoli United, who managed to once again gain promotion that season. And despite starting off slowly, he eventually found his groove again and went on to have a magical 2013-2014 season where he finished second in the goal-scoring charts behind only Brian Brown of Harbourview, who also scored 18 goals. His play was so impactful that he won the league MVP that season. In 2014, he said his final goodbyes to the Spanish Town-based club and made the trek across parish borders to Everettville and Humber Lion. Over the 3 years in Clarendon, the goals kept coming before he left for another rescue mission. In 2017, Hodges left the Lions and returned to where it all started, in St. Anne. He decided to join a new team called Mount Pleasant, who were plying their trade in the Eastern Confederation Super League. And only in his first season, he managed to play a major role in Mount Pleasant gaining promotion to the nation's top flight for the first time ever. He would go on to cement his place in Mount Pleasant history when he scored the club's first ever goal in the JPL. The then 34-year-old did well enough to help Mount Pleasant secure their safety before once again leaving to join another newly promoted team, Lions United, for the 2019-2020 season.
Newly promoted Premier League team Lions United have been boosted by the arrival of a former national player, but preparations for the CASAFA Super League champions are less than ideal.
Lions would prove to be Hodges' final stop in his professional career, and with an unofficial record of 106 top-flight goals, he is now a clear JPL legend. But his true legacy continues with his son Devonte, who didn't exactly follow his father's footsteps as a striker, but has now started his own journey in the JPL for First Harbour View before moving on to Dumbo Holding. Who knows, we may be doing another one of these videos in the future for another Hodges.
Super League, it was a good experience. Still, I learned a lot last season. Still learning as the days go by, but it was a good experience, as I said.